is perhaps the only one original, and you can easily see that the color is much darker than the color of the frames on the opposite wall. Yeah, so that's why original frames are so rare. So these two pictures represent the side of park in this place. So you see how that the side of the park and palace is practically the same as we can see now. Yeah. So another heating stuff you can see here. So this one is decorated with tiles, the Holland tiles. They are so famous because it was in the 18th century. It was only in Holland known how to achieve these color, this blue color. That's why the stuffs that are decorated in such a way here in Russia are called Holland stuffs. Although later on in the 19th century we also managed to make tiles like this, okay? But they are called Holland stuffs, and they are very popular in Russia. So you can see no spaces here, so you might ask me how they managed to heat this thing. They had a central heating system in the basement of the palace with huge kettles with hot water, and they just had pipes going up the palace, yeah, with the hot air raising. So it was really dangerous to have an open fire here in the palace because everything was made of wood. Yeah, that's why they used such a clever system of heating the rooms with the hot air only coming through under the basement. Okay. So another curious thing is this secret wardrobe that was tremendously fashionable. So it's like a secret wardrobe or secret table with many secret things. Yeah, only the owner of this table knew how many really secret pieces are in these tablets. And this one is made in the technique that is called marquetry. It's a kind of wooden mosaic. They use different types of wood, yeah, and they inlay these different patterns. So again, you can see some sides of the Pushkin Park represented on this one. As for the furniture in the palace, it's also very curious because before the war they really knew that Nazis are coming, so they were evacuating most valuable pieces, but it was quite difficult with the furniture. And then they decided to evacuate one or two pieces out of the set of furniture. Yeah? They were taking one armchair or one sofa out of the set of sofas and armchairs, and later on in the 50s they used this original part to reconstruct the whole set. Yeah? So most of the furniture you can see now is unfortunately made in Europe as well. Yeah? And the room we are now in is called Portrait Room, and you can see the portrait of Catherine the Great. So this is the woman who spent 34 years on the Russian throne, being originally German and not being able to speak perfect Russian up to the end of her days. Yeah, again, no connection, completely no connection to Russian throne. Came here as a wife to Peter III and killed her husband and became Russian emperor and ruled for more than anyone else on Russian throne, 34 years. Now, the picture opposite is the portrait of her favorite, beloved grandson, Alexander. She hated her son, Paul I, and wanted Alexander to become the next emperor. She took him immediately after his birth from his parents, and Alexander was educated here. Next few interiors were specially redesigned by Catherine I for Alexander. And the next rooms we are going to see, they are completely different. Now just for you to have a final glance over this golden corridor or golden enfilade, and we will move to another part, the classical part of the palace. Another dining room, but completely different from what we've just seen. You see that it's the style is different. That is called classical style, redesigned by Cameron by the order of Catherine the Great in the classical style in the beginning of the 19th century. This room was partially constructed for Alexander I and for his parents. The dining room, you can see the table in the middle, and it is served for 2 people only. Yeah. The porcelain set you can see on the table was specially ordered by Catherine II at the Gardner Porcelain Factory, again that is Russian-made porcelain set, as a present to the wedding of her son Paul I, although she disliked him, and his wife Maria. So if you look attentively on all the pieces, you will see monogram PM, that is Paul and Maria. Yeah. This is the special present for them. And the room has all characteristic features of the classical style. No gold is used in the decoration, just very pale and translucent colors like pale green and pink. You can see the sculptures or monuments of Greek figures. You can see the scenes of ancient Greek life in the Mediterranean on the upper row of the room, and you can see the typical plants of Greece. Yeah? These are the typical features of the classical style.
Sorry, this is original style.
No, that's reconstructed. It's reconstructed. Yes. So as you're going, just pay attention to the picture, so you will see the state of the room, and that it was reconstructed. So this smaller room next to the dining room was originally used by servants. Although it is in the corridor of parade room, it has completely nothing with the parade room. It was just for servants to get the dishes ready to be brought to the dining room. Perhaps the most interesting thing in this room is the floor. This is the only room we can see with the original 18th century floors. These are, you can see inlaid floors. They used up to 20 different types of wood here, and it's really very precious. Fortunately, there was no fire in this part. That's why you can see the only original floor here. Okay, that's all for the second floor for the parade room. We are going downstairs where the servants' room.
Original.
Паркет XVIII века. Во время Великой Отечественной войны здесь не было пожара. Паркет сохранился. После войны его очистили, отсыпали, привели порядок. Сделали паркет
Okay, so it's a bit sleepy here, so please hold the rail. Okay, go down here. Hold the rail.
Is this classical or barrel?
I suppose it's classic. But I saw it was classic. No, that's